Am I going? Alright. Waiting for her. Okay. Alright, I think that's all set. Hi everyone. This is Poorman973, and I'm here once again playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Last time I played this, I ended up being a big bowling mess. I've noticed, I didn't notice this last time, what happened with Sayori here. It's kind of freaking me out, actually. And this is different. Alright, so I'm gonna hit this instead of load game. See what happens. Alright, we have Yuri. And we have Vampire Lady. Natsuki the Vampire Lady. And then we have Monica. Alright. I think that's how you would pronounce that. Is this the start of the game again? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms like she's looking to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori? My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. And then we get tired of waiting up. I actually have some of this disgusting mint tea. It's helping me clear my lungs and sinuses. It's not too bad. It mostly tastes like honey now because I put in so much honey. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crossword and let catch up to me. What? Okay. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I met some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and there's always the club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice but to start with the Animo Club. Poor man. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. No, it hasn't. Poor man, what's wrong with you? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. This sounds familiar. I have to drink this, it's starting to get cold. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Ah, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. Be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather just take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. This sounds very familiar. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kinda dope. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so sweet and sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her mango collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insists that mangoes are literature too. Mangoes are fruit. Mangoes are fruit, Monica. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, poor man. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? Here comes that sudden breeze. I won't ask you to join, but could you please come visit my club? It would make me really happy. Please, I don't like this tea. I don't really like any tea, but it's helping my throat, so... well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I can check it out. Awesome. You're a real sweet Norman. You know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Not even cupcakes. I don't even get cupcakes that are filled with cat blood made by a vampire. I'm still not gonna let that go. She has to be a vampire. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit because being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica is full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. That freaks me out. Why is it doing that? Hey, alright, hi Yuri. I already know your name. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Hi, Vampire Natsuki.
What the goat vampire? I can't. suspicions.
Sorry about that. Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Vampire Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, poor man. Wait, I thought I was just visiting. Oh, words just gave me in the situation. I said plenty of words. They may be quiet, but I said them. This club is full of incredibly cute girls, minus one. I like Sayori. So let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, vampire lady, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the Sayori was the wait. It's like she doesn't exist. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems like to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into poor man in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, make black cat blood cupcakes. I want my cat blood cupcakes. I don't even get cupcakes. They're filled with cat blood because she's a vampire. Curse you, Monika, stealing my cupcakes. I'm so glad this thing tastes so much like honey. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, poor man? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Not in this picture, they don't. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here. But we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club, to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we will all really grow this club before we regurgitate, before we graduate. Right, vampire lady Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. The more I talk, the more my throat hurts. I tried to record this earlier, but didn't get very far. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? How do they warm the water? This is the first time I think I've questioned that. How are they warming the water for the tea? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, Doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess I only drink tea to help with this stupid pneumonia. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I don't enjoy tea. It's pretty vile. The only reason I can drink this is because it tastes so much like honey and cinnamon. I'm glad. Yuri finally smiles to herself in relief. So, poor man, what do you like to read? Well, I've said this before. I won't say go over it again. Considering how little I've read in these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Mangoes. Mangoes are fruit. I read them. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. I know apples, pears. I like fruit. What am I saying? I spoke without seeing. I spoke without seeing. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious that by the way her eyes light up, that she finds her comfort in the worlds of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well, like psychological horror, which this game is supposed to be. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I read a goose book once. Goosebumps goose book. It didn't interest me. I don't think I've really any read horror. I don't like reading horror or watching horror. I like to play horror. I just really grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Poor man, why you put birds in my mouth? I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, it's just Natsuki's eyes drift over me for a split second. You know, 'cause I'm a vampire. Horror reminds me too much of my vampire ways. Never mind. That's right. Usually I write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. I give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? Oh, hey, Polar. This game is what's called a visual novel, and apparently it's been on the internet everywhere. I've seen it on The Game Theorists, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, I'm sure lots of other people. I've specifically avoided almost everything about the game. Except I know that it's supposedly a psychological horror game, which is true. It made me bawl the last time I played it, because one of the characters committed suicide by hanging. So, I don't know much about the game. As I said, I've purposely avoided everything about it. I want it to be firsthand. I want it to be blind. So, I guess that's the game. Nezuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. If you want Polar later, I have 5 other episodes of this up on my channel. I'm sure you can find them if you just look up Doki Doki Literature Club on the channel. I'm sure you can find it. Not a very confident writer yet. I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit. Well, not enjoy, but my tea's gotten cold. Now it tastes like cold honey. I understand how even Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki, who's a vampire, feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? How do we say that? No. Perfect! Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for us all to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Mormon? Hold on, there's still one problem. Hey! What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I've only come forth with what come in my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but there's no cupcakes. But I never made any decision because there was no cupcakes. I still have other clubs to look at. They might have cupcakes. And, I lose my train of thought. All 3 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Hey? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I needed to tell you the truth, poor man. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I can stay clear-headed, poor man. Let me be clear-headed for you. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, Alright, I was just making sure that everything's still going. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, poor man? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super ticked off. I'm also a vampire, and I'll eat you. Poor man, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Poor man, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Sorry, I'm choking on my tea. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. With that, I depart the clubroom and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, time. You have unlocked a special poem. Okay. N O th G A S R O. I'm just slightly curious. I'm gonna take nothing is real. That's what it says. It says nothing is real. Question mark. I was gonna write down. Let's choose words that only Yuri would like. Let's make an all Yuri poem. Scars. Intellectual. Determination. Depression. Oh, that was a vampire one. Philosophy. Electricity. Defeat. Desire. Universe. Romance. No, wrong one. Tragedy. Extreme. Anxiety. Fantasy. Nope, wrong one. Insight. Contamination. She likes these really horrible, agonizing. She likes these really horrible words. Disaster. Hi again, poor man. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ah! Nah, don't worry. I'm gonna drink the rest of my honey, mint, cinnamon tea. I didn't think it could get any worse, but it does because it's cold. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Yuri, what happened to your face? Thanks for keeping your promise, Barman. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Vampire lady! Vampire lady! She's a vampire! Vampire! Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Monica! Monica! You need to get behind the text, Monica! Move back! You're a little close. Why is Yuri so enormous? She seems gigantic. Like, look at the size of her head. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a mango collection in the club room. Vampire lady, your mangoes are going to rot. I just realized that could have been taken very, very wrong. Mangoes, I'm guessing. Monica, I can't see the words. Mananga mangoes? Natsuki finds her stuck between saying Monica and mangoes. Mangoes are literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Barman. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. She's gotten enormous. She looks like a giant. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book, if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how a girl accident. How is this? How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, besides me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. At the same time, I'll feel bad for distracting her from reading. I get the glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same books that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this. Something I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here. See, she doesn't seem as enormous now. Obviously Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Hold on, guys. Gets a little bit more air in my lungs. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is entitled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Natsuki! Natsuki! The vampire! She came out of this book! She's a vampire! She's nothing but a killing machine, and she makes cat blood cupcakes! Oh. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it's gonna be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Merman. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people. And we're all worthless anyway! I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You were only just screaming at me. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... What? It doesn't show me. It doesn't show me. I've kind of get to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I'll quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I was living into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just not something I'm very used to. That is, reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the body of her heat. What? What? Hold on. I'm waiting for the catch up. It said I was bathing in your body heat or something. You don't really need to apologize. You really apologize, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, that sounds like me. Like, whack! Oh, you hit me in the arm with a baseball bat. I'm so sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more in between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri typically closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right arm to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, that's kind of a sweet picture. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're a little even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? A. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. And then over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? It's not like I can't read. But, like, my handy-dandy notebook. See? I can read this. I tried to draw a picture of a holly. I don't think it turned out too well. I don't know if you guys can even see it. I read that perfectly. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Part of it's that tea. It gets all that gunk out of my sinuses. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it with my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Hey? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking, the way she second guesses things. She says, all that, and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? And never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know what came then. why that came into my head. Ah! Yuri, are you feeling alright? Hey? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that all about? Poor man. Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. You were acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. I'm actually getting pretty dizzy. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'll just start without her. But I wrote my poem for Yuri. I wrote my poem with Yuri in mind. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up and make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Alright, let's show Vampire Lady first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Yeah. Vampire lady! Her eyes just burst out! Norman, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What? You expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good. But yeah, I did put in effort. We also have to start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Thank you. No more tips with Vampire Lady. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. It's the same poem. I don't know if I can read it as nicely, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get my poem reading voice. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's the same poem. Yeah. I told you were gonna like it. It's only the second time I've read it. I like it, but just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro and a vampire. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I guess Monica. Monica or Monica? Should I choose Monica? Monica, or Monica? What do you think? I knew you wouldn't answer me. Hi, poor man. Having a good time so far? Well, I've already been told to get the heck out of here. And eyeballs exploding. Good to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I just hit my Christmas tree box. I haven't put it in the closet yet. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, poor man. We're all a little embarrassed today, don't you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, poor man. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. I'm having really have trouble breathing now. I'll go for about another 7 minutes. That's about an hour live stream. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for some alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back! Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started our share of poems with each other. Hey? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all your time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, it's not very good. I'm pretty confident for someone. You sound pretty confident who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Is it the same one? It's the same one, hole in the wall. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to read these again. That's because I already read them with a lot better of a voice in my last few episodes. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not the right person to be asking for feedback. It's okay. Dude, I lied. I'm going to go until the end of this day. Yeah, that's kind of the style gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influenced my poems a bit. An epiphany is either that slug I ate or I'm having an epiphany. Lion King 1.5. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you leave your pen in the tame spot for too long, you'll end up with a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening, viewers. Alright, let's show it to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes light. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I learned to pick up the kind of reading aloud has never been my strong suit. I have minor dyslexia. I think the most notable thing I recognize is in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you extra time, but all that comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. Biased, so she has 2 donkeys. How? She has 2 donkeys that she feeds on, because she's a vampire. I'm never gonna let that go. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love sharing my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which just in itself is kind of funny. After all, this is supposed to be a literature club. Alright, I've already read this, but if you guys just want to read it, I'll keep it on. And there we go. ... I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Hold on. What in the world was I writing here? See, this is my handwriting. I don't know why, but on this page I wrote angel, volcano, 2 men with suitcases, fruit bat, caterpillar, leaf, 2 monkeys, 2 badgers eating fish, horses. I'm fairly certain it's not a grocery list. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, poor man. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. But they usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, poor man. Me too. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a bit more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. The music suddenly sounded different. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. It's going a lot longer than I thought. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What is this language? Hey? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Poor Man did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Poor Man liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was inspired by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I'm a vampire. I'll just eat you. I didn't realize you were so invested by trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Poor Man appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make sure everything I do is overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose chest grew a size bigger as soon as Poor Man started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own securities on others like that, you're really act as young as you look What's happening? What's happening? Me, Doki Doki, you're a one of the edgy jump doggy. Edgy. Sorry. What's going on? What's going on? Sorry, my lifestyle is too right for my life to comprehend. You see, say something that just proves my point. Most people learn themselves that graduate in the middle of high school, you know. If you want proof, I think, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Do you think I can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only way that thing that about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful. You might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the heck? What the flip is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let poor man hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels after this. Suddenly Yuri turned towards me as if she just knows I was standing here. Poor man, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged in this? What's going on? Wait! Hold on, I'm gonna try to read it again. I couldn't read it! I couldn't read it! How did I get dragged into this? Hi, Monica. Hey, poor man. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? What in the world just happened? Sorry about that. They really should have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish that I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's so sad. Oh, poor vampire lady. I actually feel sorry for her. It's okay, vampire lady. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Poor man, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me if she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri.
I have something for you.
It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with poor man. It would be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. And with that, I'm going to end the live stream. Wait, all my save slots are gone. I will come back to this later, possibly tomorrow. So look forward to it. And this is Poor Man 973, and I'm actually gonna turn on my oxygen. I didn't realize my webcam froze. Sorry that my webcam froze. I'm actually not sure what happened to it, but at least everything else went okay. So, this is Poor Man 973. And hope you all have a nice day.